My name is Mathabo Kunene, and I grew up in Cape Town, South Africa. You know that Cape Town is a segregated little city, like all cities in South Africa. But when we arrived in Cape Town with our parents, there were no schools for black people. And so my mother was a trained school teacher, and she gathered around myself and neighboring kids and started to teach us. At first I resented that, because that means I had to be the most quiet ones. I had to be the most behaved. But through her vision and her dream to really do something about the lives of these little urchins running around the township all day long, because there was no school. The school grew into a large school with over 600 students. All together. There was grade 8 to 6 almost in the same hall, because this was a crude setup. And after a while, then my father stopped what he was doing. He was working in some office as a translator, and he joined them. So it was a two-teacher school. So I've always felt that those were dark days of apartheid, but that these two people were fearless. They knew what needed to be done. And this has guided me all my life. Whether I was in exile in the United States, I wasn't afraid to come to a place that I didn't know people around there and start something, because I knew that somebody has to do it. And coming back to South Africa, I met my husband in exile, and he was a professor and he is a writer. Whenever you have time, you must come and visit the museum. When he passed away, I decided to dedicate our home to build a museum. I'd never done that. I just woke up one morning and said, we've got enough stuff to share here. So I started to frame all our pictures and our certificates and citations, and open up the trunks with all his manuscripts that he had written in isiZulu. And we started to count them in a crude way, and we discovered there were over 10,000 written poems, handwritten poems. And I said, the world must see this. Some of his books have been published, but he just was not to show up. He'd say, I'm not going to publish anything. I said, come on, we're starving. Write a little quick novel so we can make money. He says, no, it's not about that. It's about the heritage. It's about preserving the mind of the African child. And so now we have a partnership with the museums department. They like what we do. We have a foundation, the Mathabo Kunene Foundation. We go to 25 schools and have like a poetry festival. There's no stopping what you can do, and you don't have to be a very, very big person, and you don't need money. Believe me, you don't need money. You have an idea, you're going to nurture it, and it's going to grow. And that's why when we saw the situation of the school in KwaZulu-Natal, excuse me, I didn't know what we were going to do. I'm not a trained teacher. But when I called upon the young people in the village who had failed matric, passed matric, didn't have money to go to tertiary school, they came out of the woodwork. Someone said, I was good in maths. I said, you take the math class. And somebody said, I'm good in science. And the results went up. This is what this country needs. Needs initiatives. It needs people who believe in themselves. Government is a very abstract thing. We don't have to rely or to sit down and do absolutely nothing just because of that. So I'm just saying that what Gcina Mhlophe has been doing is something she started on her own. Nobody hired her. Nobody told her how to do storytelling on international platforms. And I think today's seminar is even more critical, because we're talking about teachers, people who interact with children more hours than the parents do per day, their responsibility. And I think from then on, it just makes me even feel more committed. I feel I'm not even doing enough. I think what I told the teachers here, it's all about you. It's not about, it's all about you. Vote for yourself, and then you'll see everything is going to be okay for our country. Thank you.